Hey, welcome back to the channel. Have you ever wondered why some homeowners who install solar panels are still seeing higher utility bills than they expected? Believe it or not, electric utility companies are coming up with some very creative ways to add charges to customers with solar systems. And today we're going to break it all down. On the surface, solar should be easy. You put panels on your roof, you generate your own electricity, and you save money, right? But really, the story doesn't end there. Utilities across the country are adjusting their rate structures, and many of these changes are aimed specifically at solar customers. Now, utilities argue that these changes are necessary, that without them, that non-solar customers would shoulder more of the cost and burden of maintaining the power grid. But for some solar homeowners, these adjustments can feel unfair, even discriminatory. So what exactly are these creative charges? Well, here's a few of the big ones. Fixed monthly charges. Some utilities add a special grid access fee for their solar customers. Even if you use very little power, you're still hit with this charge every month. Then there's demand charges. Instead of charging you for the total amount of electricity you use, utilities track your highest short-term spikes in demand. So let's say you run your oven, your AC, and you charge your EV at the same time. Well, that spike can lock in a big fee for the entire month. Congratulations. I had to say that, sorry. Then there's reduced credit for solar exports. Many utilities no longer pay full retail value for the excess electricity you send back to the grid. Instead, you may only get a fraction of what you'd pay to bring it back later. Time of use pricing. Utilities are shifting their peak hours into the evening after the sun goes down. That means your solar panels aren't producing, but your household demand is often at its highest. For solar homeowners, these changes can make monthly bills confusing and much higher than they originally expected when they got their solar system. Utilities defend these policies by pointing out that most solar customers still rely on the grid when the sun isn't shining. And if solar customers don't pay for their share of the grid upkeep, those costs shift to everyone else, including the majority of customers who don't have solar. Hey, it's just my opinion, but that's a stupid excuse, since they don't even mention the fact that the solar customers are putting millions of kilowatts back into the grid at wholesale prices, or even less in some cases, every single day. The truth is that when it comes down to their stock price or profitability, electric utility companies couldn't care less about your efforts at clean energy adoption or trying to save money. And if you bought solar panels to reduce the amount you pay for utility grid power, they're going to keep coming up with more ways to charge you more and rationalize it to the public as being because it's not fair to those people who don't have solar panels. Here's the key issue. Most residential solar systems are grid tied, but they don't have any kind of battery backup. That means that during the day, your panels may generate more power than you use. So you export the extra power back to the grid. In the evening, you turn your lights on, you cook dinner, you crank up the AC, your solar production drops to zero. Now you're buying power back from the grid at peak prices. And that's exactly when those time of use charges and demand fees come into play. So what's the solution? Simple. Add battery storage to your existing grid-tied solar system. With batteries, your home can store the extra power your panels produce during the day and then run on that stored energy after the sun goes down. That does two big things. First, it reduces or even eliminates expensive peak demand charges. Then, it makes you less dependent upon the grid during those high-cost evening hours. In short, batteries give you back control over when you buy power. So how do you get started? Well, if you're interested in modifying your grid-tied solar system with battery storage, I'd recommend checking out signaturesolar.com. Now, this is where I purchased the bulk of my solar equipment, and it's enabled me to dodge the sneaky charges that utility companies try to saddle you with. Basically, because I've got battery backup. Signature Solar carries a wide variety of batteries, including indoor wall mount, outdoor wall mount, and server rack style batteries. Any of these can provide you with enough backup power that you won't ever have to use the grid during peak hours. Even better, they have tech support and a design team on staff that can help you find the best batteries and components for your existing system. Hey, if you haven't seen these charges yet, you probably will in time. So if you currently have a grid-tied solar system, I'd encourage you to reach out to Signature Solar and ask them to help you design a battery backup component to add to your existing system. Now, depending upon the complexity of your solar system and where you live, you may be able to do most of the work yourself, or you can bring in a local electrician for help. If you call, be ready to describe the system you have, including the inverter, the panels, and any brands or models of the existing equipment. Ask them to help you design a backup battery storage system for your existing system, so you can avoid these new extra utility charges. Depending upon the age and condition of your equipment, they may be able to suggest some new components with greater efficiency that will save you thousands of dollars over the lifetime. And here's some good money-saving news. If you're ordering equipment from Signature Solar online, remember to use my discount code showed in the video description, and you'll get an instant $50 off your purchases over $500. It's free money. And here's some even better news. If you hurry and act before the end of the year, you may qualify for the 30% federal tax credit available for residential solar and energy storage systems. That's 30% off the entire cost of batteries, inverters, panels, wiring, tools, you name it. That's assuming you qualify. Everybody's tax situation is different. But hey, that's a massive savings, and it makes adding batteries now a fantastic way to save money. So one thing you can count on is that while utilities are finding more ways to increase charges to solar homeowners, you don't have to just accept it. With smart planning, battery storage, and the right equipment, you can take back control of your energy and your electric bill. Hey, I'm Michael from Terre Hill Farm, where we've spent the last few years moving our entire farm completely off the utility grid. Our channel, 2 Steps from Off Grid, is video proof that if we can do this, so can you. I hope you found this video helpful. And please don't forget to smash that subscribe button and share it with anyone in your family who could benefit from adding battery storage to their existing solar system. And if you've already added batteries to your solar system, let us know in the comments how it's worked out and if you were able to avoid the new charges that utility companies are sneaking on your bill. Hey, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.